Hi, and welcome to a short introduction to our sponsor, SonarSource today. I'm really happy to have you as a sponsor and have you on board for the tool fair again. Let's hear a bit about SonarSource.
Hey, this is Brian Cipollone. I'm a consultant with SonarSource. Since 2008, SonarSource has been creating open source tools to help developers write cleaner and safer code. During this session, I'm going to show you how to use SonarCloud, SonarLint, and SonarCube in your C++ development process to improve code quality and security. SonarSource's mission as a company is for every developer and development team to use our tools for code quality and code security. I've highlighted a few items here to emphasize that SonarSource takes a developer-first approach when designing our tools. We feel that if developers find our tools cumbersome or difficult to integrate in their day-to-day processes, they're not really going to get a lot of value and they're not going to have much impact in their code quality. If you've used our tools in the past, you may think SonarSource is focused as a Java code quality product, and you may be using other tools for static analysis security testing. Over the past few years, we've improved our support for C++, and we vastly improved our ability to detect security issues with speed and accuracy. It's a great time to consider SonarCube, SonarCloud, and SonarLint for your C++ and quality and security needs. I'm going to jump into a demo of our C++ capability as in SonarCloud, our cloud-based code analysis platform, SonarCube, our on-premise deployment, as well as SonarLint, our companion IDE plugin. Here's an example of a bug detected through analysis on SonarCloud. In this example, a particular execution path will result in a memory leak. SonarCloud annotates these issues with the logical path resulting in the issue, so that it's easy for a developer to trace through their code and find where a fix needs to be made, even if it's in multiple files. In this example, SonarCloud has detected a vulnerability where the developer is using the memory set function to clear a buffer. Since this code may be optimized away by the compiler, it leaves an opportunity for sensitive data in the buffer to be exposed. All issues in SonarCloud and SonarCube have full documentation so that developers can understand why this is an issue and have access to code samples on what they need to do to resolve it. When a vulnerability is detected, our recommendation is to developers to go make a code change to fix this issue, and then the issue will automatically close and be resolved upon next analysis. Here's an example of a security hotspot on SonarCloud. Unlike vulnerabilities, security hotspots require a code review to determine if security-sensitive APIs are being used properly, and a code change may not necessarily resolve this issue. When SonarCloud creates a security hotspot, it will prioritize and assign it to the developer that wrote the code. The developer can use the built-in interface to perform a code review, and if the code is safe or a compensating fix has been made, the developer can mark it as such and close out the item. The interface gives full reference as to the nature of the issue, so the user can use this documentation to determine whether or not their code is at risk, what's the problem here, how to evaluate their own code, and if there is an issue, what they can do to resolve it. Also, if you're using SonarCube, you can open these security hotspots directly in your IDE when you're using SonarLint. In this example, SonarCube has found a code smell where the developer has placed some includes after some code in the file. While this may not break your code or make it vulnerable, it makes it more difficult to maintain if it's allowed to be merged. SonarSource uses rules like this to help inform MISRA C++ guidelines and C++ standards from C++ 98 to C++ 20. Again, all of these standards are referenced in the documentation contained with every rule. The goal here is to prevent developers from adding new technical debt to their code base. SonarCloud and SonarCube commercial editions can be used to analyze branches and pull requests so developers can focus only on the new issues that have been introduced as part of this branch's development. Every time SonarCloud analyzes a project, it calculates a Qualitygate that gives a simple pass-fail indicator on whether or not this new code meets the standards expected by your organization. These Qualitygates are fully customizable, as well as the rules that are being applied to your code. If you're analyzing a pull or merge request on GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, or Azure DevOps, you can add the scan results directly to your pull requests so you can consider them in your decision on whether or not this code should be merged. You can use the Qualitygate status to break builds or block merges if you choose to do so. In this example, the SonarCloud Qualitygate has failed due to a new vulnerability and too much technical debt being added to the branch being merged. The Qualitygate status will automatically update with subsequent scans, so someone doing this code review will have the latest up-to-date information. Okay, I'm going to switch over to SonarLint in Visual Studio. The final tool I want to show you is SonarLint, an IDE plugin that brings SonarSource analysis to developers' desktops so they can find and fix issues as soon as they create them. Here is SonarLint running in Visual Studio. It's also available for CLion and Eclipse. Issues detected by SonarLint are highlighted, and developers can quickly navigate to all the issues in their solution. Also, access to rules documentation is available via clicked and will open up in a web browser right from the error list. If I introduce a new issue, is this unused variable, SonarLint will immediately detect the new issue upon save, so the developers get instant feedback as they create issues. SonarLint can also be connected to SonarCube or SonarCloud to synchronize rule sets and receive notifications when new issues are detected from a server-based analysis. This ensures that developers receive consistent feedback within their IDE and from SonarCube or SonarCloud. Using all of these tools, you can add code quality and security into every step of your development lifecycle. Adoption of SonarLint and SonarCloud or SonarCube helps you shift left to address issues shortly after developers create them. It all starts on the developer's workstation where they're writing code. Using SonarLint in a supported IDE gives developers the opportunity to fix issues even before they commit the code. As developers commit code or issue pull requests, they will trigger CI processes to execute SonarSource analysis in line with automated builds and unit tests. The scanning results are posted to SonarCube or SonarCloud, from which users can gather reporting with the web UI or use our REST-based web APIs to enable custom automations and integrations. And finally, to close the loop, notifications are sent back to developers, letting them know that they have issues they need to address. These notifications are delivered via email, in IDE using SonarLint connected mode, and or via those pull requests on GitHub, Bitbucket, Azure DevOps, or GitLab. If you're looking to add these tools to your development process, SonarCloud is free to use for open source projects. You can register at sonarcloud.io and find walkthroughs to help you start scanning your code quickly. If you prefer an on-premise deployment, you can find more information about SonarCube at sonarcube.org. Note that C++ scanning with SonarCube requires one of our commercial licenses. SonarLint for C++ is available via the marketplaces for Eclipse, CLion, and Visual Studio, and free to use in Visual Studio and CLion. And if you'd like to learn more about SonarSource's capabilities for C++, visit sonarsource.com SonarSource.com/CPP. Thank you for your time today. If you have any questions, some developers from our product team and myself will be available during the tool fair to help out. You can also visit our community forum at community.sonarsource.com to get help, suggest features, and discover tips and tricks from our community of SonarSource users.